What's going on, everybody? Jake Pfeffer here. Welcome back to Jake's Cinema Room. Back with another movie review for you guys. Today, I'm going to be looking at the fourth movie in the Bad Boys franchise, Bad Boys: Ride or Die. Now, just off the top, huge missed opportunity by not calling this movie Bad Boys for Life. I know that was the third movie, and maybe they didn't anticipate there was going to be a fourth movie. But how do you not call the fourth movie Bad Boys for Life? But I digress. Anyway, it's nice to see these guys back again. The Bad Boys franchise is a franchise that maybe not the best movies overall, but they're fun, they're entertaining. It's great to see Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. These guys have great chemistry together. So even in some of the movies in the series that are maybe not quite as good as others, it's still fun because these guys just work so well together. And you have a pretty colorful cast of other characters throughout the series as well. Some decent villains, some not so decent villains. But with this fourth entry, I gotta say, this one was pretty solid. I really had a good time with this one. Just getting back into this, this whole vibe and this whole franchise and everything, going back to Miami with these guys. It's just nice. It's like a warm hug. It's nice to see these guys again. It's been a while since Will Smith has really been in any movies after his, infamous slap and everything. But it's good to see him, kind of put that to the side, finally get back into the swing of things, and put out a movie that, like I said, is actually pretty solid. It's really fun. It's entertaining. It might actually be. I mean, there's only 4 movies in this series, and I got to rewatch them all again to kind of see. But this, I don't know. I really enjoyed this one. This could be one of the top 2 movies in the franchise, and honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing another one. I mean, I thought it was pretty good overall. So with Bad Boys: Ride or Die, the Bad Boys this time around, unfortunately, have to clear the name of their former captain, Captain Howard, who was played by Joe Pantoliano, who does pop up in a couple of small clips here and there in this movie. Basically, he's being set up and framed that he was stealing a lot of money and doing a lot of bad things when he was still alive. They get a message from him from beyond the grave, letting them know if they receive this message, things are about to get bad. So not only is he getting set up, but someone is after the Bad Boys as well. So it's up to Mike and Marcus to stop a villain played by Eric Dane, who was the one setting all this up and basically getting revenge for something that had happened in his past. And honestly, I mean, like, the storylines in these movies are never all that great. They're always big, convoluted stories that, have so much going on that it's almost too much to pack into one movie. But, I mean, the storyline aside, this movie still, I think, works really well. Like I said, I mean, just the chemistry with Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, like, they're two of the best they're definitely one of the best duos in any movie ever, especially when you have these like buddy cop movies and stuff. These guys would definitely be at the top of the list if you were to fill out, like a top 10 list or whatever. These guys just have a lot of fun together. And even though I'm not really the biggest Martin Lawrence fan, there's just something about him. I don't know. I've never really been a huge fan of. He can be funny at times. He usually works better, I think, when he's in movies like this where he's working and playing off of another person, because his solo stuff I've never really been a huge fan of, except for a few things here and there. But him and Will Smith working together, I mean, it's just it's an icing on the cake for a movie that already has some really great action sequences. A lot of the camera work in this movie works really well. There are some times here and there, because they're doing so many like cool and creative things with the camera work, where it does feel a little bit choppily edited at times, but I give them a little bit of a pass just because it's clear that they're trying to do some new things and do some new shots that you haven't really seen in other action movies. And I think that's pretty cool. And some of it can be overlooked where it is a little bit harder to see what's going on. But this does have some great action set pieces. There's a whole action sequence that takes place on a plane that's pretty amazing, short of the couple moments where you can't exactly tell what's going on. The final finale is pretty awesome, the way it's set up and everything. And there's one of my personal favorite scene in the movie. The character of Reggie, who has been a mainstay since the second movie. He took out Marcus's daughter in that movie, and that has the infamous scene where they're just yelling at this kid and the entire time about him taking his daughter out. He came back in the last one for a little cameo, and in this movie, he actually gets a pretty awesome scene. And I kind of saw what was maybe about to happen, but man, that scene is absolutely amazing, absolutely hilarious, and it's nice to see a character like him finally kind of get his due. Not going to spoil anything, but when you see it, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I mean that's really all I can say about this movie. I mean, you know, it's got a lot of fun. It's really entertaining. I do think Eric Dane as the villain is actually really good. This is a different type of role than you typically see Eric Dane do. You don't really see him play a villain a whole lot. So it's nice to kind of see him branch out a little bit, and he's actually pretty menacing. You know, he works well against the bad boys and everything. And it's nice to see some characters come back from the other movies, like that team they started in the last one. You get Alexander Ludwig and Vanessa Hudgens. They're back. Unfortunately, Teresa Randall couldn't come back as Marcus's wife, who had been his wife in the previous 3 movies. She's replaced by Tasha Smith, who I do like in other things, but it is a little bit jarring when you first see her and see that it's not Teresa Randall. So for me, that was kind of a little off-putting. But aside from that, it's a big budget action movie with a lot of great action scenes that are very entertaining. So if you love the Bad Boys franchise and you like big budget action movies with a lot of stuff blowing up, I think you're definitely going to like this one. That's about it from me, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more reviews, rankings, all that kind of good stuff. I'll leave my links down below on where you can follow me and check out more of my reviews. Until next time, I'll catch you all later.